Hello, and welcome to Pressing Buttons. I'm Hugo.
I'm Nick.
Another great week, another great episode coming at you in the new year. Episode 90, baby. We're only 10 away from 100. Big, big numbers. If you're joining us on the live stream, welcome. If you're not, heads up, we will be live streaming our recordings. We accidentally did it last week for last week's episode. And it was, pretty fun. And we're pretty good at what we do, I guess.
It was a happy accident, to quote Bob Ross.
Yeah.
It just kind of happened. You had this hilarious shit-eating grin on your face when you realized what you had done. We leaned into it.
Yeah.
And just did the whole recording on a live stream, and then at the end of it, we're like, let's just why not just do this every week?
Yeah. And that way, if we get some interaction, that's good. Not that we'll pay attention to it, but
Maybe.
Yeah, at least it worked out. We didn't lose anything in the recording, which was like my biggest concern, that I wasn't recording for the release on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as well as YouTube. So we didn't lose anything. But we feel like we got a pretty good well-oiled machine. A little callback to earlier episodes.
If anything, people can now see how little editing I do.
Yeah, and it's not because we don't care. I feel like we have a solid base. We're pretty good at it, and usually when we make mistakes, it's funny. So we just leave it in there because we like shedding on each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, so now we will be live streaming. Join us if you can. If not, the episodes will still be available the next day. On all our social media stuff and all our upload stuff. So make sure you guys check out pressingbuttons.gg, where you can get the link to our YouTube channel, or just go to YouTube and look up Pressing Buttons podcast. And then as well, we are recording on Monday. Nick had to take a little trip to deliver a dog. So he was pretty tired. So we're recording on Monday.
I was basically Joel.
Yeah.
Escorting Ellie, but instead of it being Ellie, it was a dog. It was a mini Bernedoodle.
Yeah, and luckily no clickers or anything like that.
No clickers. No clickers. It's just all of the meth heads in Ohio.
Nobody wants to be in Ohio. Sorry if you're from Ohio or you live there.
They know. They know. They know.
But yeah, we are recording today on Monday. Happy MLK Day to those who celebrate in the States, and to those who don't. All right, happy MLK Day anyways. But we're just going to start right off. As we said before, this week's episode is going to be mainly focused on the games for the first quarter of 2024. We had been talking about it since actually the end of last year in terms of the quality of games that were going to be released early 2024. And obviously, whenever we start the new year, we like to kind of take a look at the future and talk about the games that we're expecting, that we're really looking forward to. So we're going to do the first quarter, and then we're also going to look at some of them that don't have a release date that will be released for the rest of the year. And then obviously we'll go down in later episodes, like halfway through in the second quarter, we'll do, if we have some big ones, and then we'll do the back half of the year once we get some solid release dates. But we're going to start off with January. Obviously, a stacked month to start off right off the beginning. Big one, you have Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown. Then you got Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. Then you have Tekken 8. And then you have The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered. So obviously, all of these solid games. Honestly, I like... Besides The Last of Us 2 Remastered, because I played it before, I still want to play it, but it's not as much anticipation on that for me. And Tekken 8, just because I'll just stick to one fighting game, and that's going to be Street Fighter 6. But I do enjoy, especially watching the recent Tekken 7 tournaments, the end of that road. I will be keeping an eye on it just to look at, but unfortunately I will not be getting. But as far as Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, I played the demo recently. I'm going to be playing the game once we're done here, because I purchased the early access version to receive the game 3 days early, and I really enjoyed it. It's one of those Metroidvanias. I know the genre's kind of a little bit played out just because there's so many of them out there, and it's really hard to nail them really well. It's kind of become like the Soulsborne genre where there's so many and you got to kind of differentiate the good ones from the bad ones. But I liked what I saw of this one. It's been receiving glowing reviews from a lot of publications, honestly. And the combat itself plays really well. I like the story. I've been a big fan of the Prince of Persia. I never played like that original one that released wherever it released, arcade or whatever. But I did play the updated ones from Ubisoft with the trilogy, and then the Warrior Within. I really like those. I do feel like the mechanics on those were pretty solid and enjoyable. And with this one, now it being a side scroller, like I said, Metrovania, it looks really good. It played really well. The combat is very deep from videos that I've seen, so I'm excited to sink myself into that. And then the other one is obviously Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. We've talked about this. Yakuza 7 Like a Dragon was my the top game of the year for me last year. I played Like a Dragon Gaiden, The Man Who Erased His Name, and we've been talking about this one for a while. The fact that it's being released, I want to say 4 or 5 years after the last one, you can see so much work that's being done and everything that you'll be able to do. I've been following the studio on Twitter, so I've seen all the updates that they show with all the new classes, the dungeons that you could do. It's just looking amazing. Like I know that's gonna be the one that I'm gonna be playing so much. What about you with these 4 games in January?
I'm still. I just can't get over the fact that you had to say that we're going to start off this with the month of January.
I mean, some people start off the year in February.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, like so. And a lot of people are like, well, January sucked in 2024, so let's begin in February, kind of thing. Like one of those things. Yeah, let's throw it away. Let's throw the month away.
Okay.
But we're not throwing the month away.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, to me, the big ones, Infinite Wealth, which we've been talking about for a while. I was delighted that you actually played the first game in the series, and you're now also very excited for me or for the game.
I am very excited for you. Yes,
and for me, yeah. I mean, it's all about me. Yeah. So I mean, to me, that's the big game in January. I think it's a game. I think as we get through this list of Q1 and then things coming out later in the year, like I think it's going to be a game of the year contender. Like I might have like my fanboy blinders on, but just based on like I think the scope of the game they're going for in the demo, I think it's going to be just like an unbelievable game. So. Because I do feel like it's the Yakuza series or the Like a Dragon series. It's kind of been in this like cult kind of cult classic or cult status where like people who like the games really like the games, and there's definitely an audience for it. But I don't know if I've ever seen these games really get to like a level of critical acclaim as like Sony, PlayStation, first party studios or anything like that. So to me, I'm like, oh, is this going to be that game for Sega, where it's actually like at that level and gets tons of critical acclaim and lots of recognition. So that's what I'm hopeful for. Prince of Persia. I remember when I think it was like fairly recent when there was like a launch trailer and.
Yeah, I believe it was during Summer's Game Fest or something like that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it was Summer Game Fest, but I'm not 100% sure. And I remember just being like, whatever, like it's another, 2D, whatever. But because it's getting so much positive feedback from fans and from critics, and I do like Metroidvania, as much as that's a kind of becoming like a tired genre. Like I still like the genre whenever a game's able to adapt the formula well. So I might check it out. Is the demo on? Is it Ubisoft Plus or whatever? So I got to use the Ubisoft store.
Or you could do the EGS, the Epic Game Store. Or you could do it's available on PlayStation, Switch, Xbox, and then
I might check out the demo. I might try to do that.
And
And
it's
now that the dog has been delivered successfully, I'm able, and I'll talk about this in closing thoughts. But I basically didn't, the short story is I didn't play games at all over the
you
last week.
live
So
through a game.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I might give the demo a spin and see if I buy this because I do need something. I do need something to occupy my time from now until Infinite Wealth, and this seems to be a pretty good option.
Yeah.
Um, the other one, oh, just to date myself, I think you said you didn't play the first one.
Yeah, like
I think I played the first one on like I might have played it like in school or like I think it was on Apple. It was like on Apple. It was either I think it was
that's
probably
what it
on
was.
Apple or it was I think it was on Commodore too. So I can't remember which version I played. But the one I played the most was there was a version on Game Gear.
Yeah,
So
I played none of those.
I'm dating myself big time, but Sega Game Gear had a version of Prince of Persia. So I would call myself a fan, a fan of the franchise. So there's that. The other, yeah, like Tekken 8, I always buy the Tekken games and I play them for a little bit.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. I buy the Tekken games. I play them for a little bit. I would say it's not that. It's fairly similar to Street Fighter. It's just that with Street Fighter, I just play it quite a bit more, but it's kind of the same type of experience. And I do watch. Again, not as deeply as Street Fighter, but I do follow like the tournaments and the esports side of Tekken and all that. So we'll see. Like I'm not in a rush to get it at launch, but I'm sure I'll get the game at some point. I do have to say that the marketing, like the promo story so far video that they did with what's the name of the actor? I can't remember.
Brian Cox from Succession.
Yeah.
That was amazing. That was the most hilarious thing I've seen in a while.
So good, dude. Because I have a fairly low opinion of most games marketing, assets, and I thought that was one of the best ones in like recent history. So kudos to them for doing that.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of knew a little bit of the basis of the Tekken story, that it was like they were trying to kill each other, father, son, grandfather, or whatever. But just having him, because he's an acclaimed actor, and even though he was, he's known for his comedic side too, because he was in Super Troopers. But just the way he was reading it, if you haven't checked it out, we'll put the link in the show notes so you guys can check it out, because it's a hilarious trailer, and if you don't know the Tekken story, you'll really know it.
It does the great balance of informative and funny.
Yeah, and then also to kind of add on to that in terms of the marketing, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth also did a good kind of features trailer kind of thing with Drewski, who's like a big internet kind of prankster or video maker, social media influencer, or some whatever they call him. But it was okay as well. I think when it's done right, these types of marketing works really well. And I think the Tekken one, it was all over my feed. A lot of people really enjoyed that. The Infinite Wealth one as well. So I think a lot of people, I think going forward, a lot of companies will be doing this more, and hopefully they do it right. And then it's not just cringy, because if anything, we know that the video game community takes everything cringy really, really fast.
It's all, everyone's going to try to, not everyone, but like I know companies are going to try to like mimic it, and it's just going to be disgusting.
Yeah, and then just to add real quick to the game of the year debate, so early in the year for Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, I think, like you said, now it's more well known. There's a lot of marketing behind it. Obviously, the last one kind of released on a weird release schedule. We're releasing on Xbox first, then on PC, then on PlayStation, kind of thing. And I didn't really that was the other thing. You didn't really hear about it. And I think what differentiates it is that it's an RPG, but it's like a modern set RPG, which you don't really have a lot of that. And it surprises a lot of people. It surprised me definitely. So I think early contender. I think if it's just as good, if not better, than the last Like a Dragon, I think it'll easily be up there in conversations, and hopefully it sticks out throughout the year because really there's nothing else I can see kind of with this. I mean, that could be as good as this, and hopefully there is because
Nothing.
no, not nothing really. Not that would
We're,
hit.
we're just gonna gloss over Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Which we'll see. We'll see. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that now.
Yeah.
And then then we jump into February, and like you said, February also stacked. We got Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, Persona 3 Reload, Helldivers 2, Skull and Bones, baby, and then Final Fantasy Rebirth. So this one's a short month, but very very stacked with a lot of good games. I did play the demo for Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. It's available on PlayStation. I really enjoyed it. I like it. I would say it's an RPG obviously, but it's got that action mechanic to it. I think I'll wait for it though because it didn't draw me in enough. Suicide Squad. Kill the Justice League. I've been talking about this for a while. They lifted the NDA, so we can say what our thoughts on it were. Which I'll just kind of say real quick that I really enjoyed it. I know we played it together. Ollie, Mitch, you, and I. We did when the alpha was available, we were able to play it together. I enjoyed the aspect of it. Obviously, it had its wonky technical issues because it was an alpha, but like learning the characters, that was really fun. Obviously, it's much better played with a controller. I think the mechanics of it really work well, and you kind of got to find the person you like playing as. I really like playing as King Shark, so I mostly did King Shark. I don't know if you'll be able to like fill the squad with the same type of character. I don't think that'll be available. So that's kind of a bit of a bummer because if somebody's kind of stuck with a character that they don't really like playing.
No, I thought we had dupes in our party.
No, I think it looked like you were able to pick it, but when we were actually in game, everybody was different character.
Okay.
But we'll see with the full release. From the previews that people have been getting, it's kind of mixed. It's a little bit they're a bit positive. I think the only one that really gave it like a harsh negative review was IGN, who really said like that the more time they spent with it, the less they liked it. But I hold my reservations until I actually get my hands on it. And there's games that have been released that have been getting bad reviews, but I still play them because I like them. I can go back to something like Anthem, where it was kind of shitty. It did bad and it got canceled or whatever, but I enjoyed what I played out of it. It had its fun mechanics, and I'm pretty sure Rocksteady will be listening to the fans, and whatever's fucked up, they'll fix it, or just overall make it fun. And the game is fun, and I'm pretty sure we only played a snippet of it. The progression of it, I think, will be keeping enough people, and they have a solid plan at least for DLC and future characters. So I'm excited for that, no matter what anybody says. Hopefully, other people will be playing with me. Persona Reload, don't really have much. Persona 3 Reload, don't really have a lot to say about that because I think I'm okay with not playing that. Helldivers 2.
Okay.
You can say your thing when I'm done.
Just do your thing. Do your thing. We'll go back.
Helldivers 2, I'm excited for that. I played the original Helldivers, which was more of a top-down. This one's going to be more of a third-person. I'm really excited because I had a lot of fun with that one, and I do want to. We've been looking for another multiplayer type game to play, to just kind of jump in, be able to jump in and out real quick. I think this is also that type of game, so I'm excited for this. Skull and Bones, we mostly put it on here because it's funny.
That was a joke edition.
Yeah, it might be releasing in February. It says so here, but until we see it out there in the wild, I won't believe it. Shout outs to Zach. I think he's the only one that's looking forward to this.
He played the whatever the demo was.
Yeah. And then the big one, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I might not be as excited as you are, and I'll tell you the only reason is because I didn't finish the remake, and I think Final Fantasy VII, not my favorite Final Fantasy, but I think I do enjoy the heck out of it, but I do want to finish the remake, play the remake, and get everything I can out of it because I know it's good. I played a little bit of it. I just got kind of bored. But that's why like I'm not as excited as maybe you are. But I think it's going to be great. And for everybody that's been waiting for it, it looks great. I still enjoy the heck out of Final Fantasy, even if I don't have a favorite one. I think it's a solid choice. What do you think of these lists? Which ones you want to kind of touch on?
It's a big month. That's my birthday month.
Oh, there you go. Look at that.
So lots of if people want to buy me games for my birthday, it's a pretty easy month.
3 years in a
Uh,
row, you have gotten good games released on your birthday. In 2022, it was Elden Ring. Last year, it was
that's right.
what was it last year? Resident Evil, and then this year, Final Fantasy.
That's right.
Look at
That's
that.
right. I remember Elden Ring it was like they did it specifically for my birthday. Uh, so yeah, another strong February. Grand Blue Fantasy. So basically, I'm excited about Grand Blue Fantasy, Persona 3 Reload, and Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, based on the titles that you outlined.
Based on
Oh,
RPG.
all Japanese RPGs. Yeah. I think Suicide Squad. I'll play it. I think we're getting kind of mixed messages on the game from everyone playing previews. Uh, I had a fun time. It was like kind of mindless. I thought the tutorial was like genuinely bad. Like I get what they were
The
trying to do,
tutorial
but
for all four characters, or just like for certain
just
characters?
just try and just like the whole concept of like let's have you play every character back to back and force you to do like that was just I get why they would do that, but like when you actually do it, you're just like I am completely fucking overwhelmed by like all of these mechanics. Like
It's a
so
lot. It's a
so like
lot.
I just feel like there's got to be a different way to educate the gamer on what the styles are, and to have a gamer like pick like oh yeah, like based on what I like, I think I like this character and I'll play with them for a while and learn the mechanics. So I don't know if that's going to be like in the main game, or if that was just them trying to throw something together for the demo. um but so that was like I would say like pretty tough. When we're like actually trying to play the game, it's just like I've already forgotten everything about the character. But it looks cool. Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see on that. So I don't know if that's going to be a day one. I know you're probably looking for people to be day one.
I
So
don't care. I'll play by myself.
maybe I'll do it in solidarity, like just to be like, you know what? Let's play this game together. I'll burn $70 or whatever the retail price is, just so I can play it.
I think you'll be playing
Play it with
Infinite
you.
Wealth, so I don't hold too much up on that.
Yeah,
I do
that's
have
probably
more
right.
free time than you, so I could probably balance both. For you, I think you'll be like, no, I just want to play Infinite Wealth.
Yeah. And that's pretty much Skull and Bones that wasn't a real thing. That was just kind of funny. And then Helldivers 2. Yeah, I think I could check that out. That could be similar to Remnant, where Remnant wasn't on my radar at all. And you were like, oh, it's like this is great. The new game, it's like super fun, and you kind of jump in and have a good time. So like I
And
could see that being something I get into.
and besides like Fortnite and Rocket League and stuff, I think that's the most time we played a game together.
Yeah, that's right. Um, so I just wanted to talk through like the ones I'm not that interested in, and then for Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, I don't know why. Like I've been like obsessed with this game since the first trailer, like 5 years ago. It's like it's been in a bit of like development hell for a while, and it's like changed studios. I think Platinum Games was originally attached to it, and then Side Games had to like pull it back, and so I think there's been a lot going on with the development of the game, but I've always thought it looked great. Um, the demo is only available on PlayStation.
Yeah,
I do have a PlayStation, but I'm just assuming I'm buying the game, so
I
I'm just
like the
gonna.
demo. I liked what I played of it.
Okay.
And
Um,
there's like a story portion of it, and then there's like a quest, I guess, where you go out and do things, or fulfill certain requirements, and you get stuff for the real game. But I enjoyed what I played of it, and it looks great.
yeah. So maybe it's a bit of a gamble, but I feel pretty good that I'm gonna like the game, so I'm just gonna go ahead and buy it at launch. So again, that one, Persona 3 Reload. I've played Persona 3 on I think it's PlayStation 2. So I
Yeah.
own that on PlayStation 2. This is gonna be on Game Pass, so I might as
Well, there you
well
go. Yeah.
play it. It's like a time thing though, right? Like these are like Persona games aren't short.
70, 80 hours.
So it's like I gotta figure out, so I can wait on that one. I just need to make sure I play it before it like goes off of Game Pass. Or if I cancel my Game Pass, which is maybe a separate conversation. And then to me, the main event is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Like I absolutely loved Remake. I didn't love Integrate as much, but it was still, I had a good time. It was fun to kind of go back into the world from a different perspective. I just feel like a lot of like the game systems didn't translate well to like that short of a story like experience. So but yeah, I think it's definitely one of my most anticipated games for the year. It looked like the scope and scale of it looks incredible. So I feel like they did with Remake, it was really just like get some core kind of infrastructure in place, and then now they're going crazy with like bigger worlds and mini games and more characters, and so I think it's going to be a pretty cool game.
Yeah, this is like I said, I do want to play and finish the remake before I, get hyped up and play Rebirth. But just the fact that this is kind of like the most thorough and different realization of a remake, from something that's so long ago. Like, yeah, we get remakes, like we got the Resident Evil remake, but that was a much newer game. Dead Space remake, like all these games have been newer games where it's mostly just like a polish of the graphics. Where with Rebirth and the remake, the first one, it's actual full changes to the system, full changes to everything, bigger maps, the way the combat works, the story itself also kind of changed. So like that's why another aspect of it that like really gets me hyped up to play it when I eventually do, just to see everything that's different. And you know I wish they would do that with more games, like bring Vagrant Story or something like that, and do a full remake on that.
Ooh.
That would be amazing, kind of thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
one can only dream.
Yeah. It's a stupid reason, but there's a lot of reasons for me to be excited about Rebirth, but one of the big reasons is, can you guess it?
The casino.
Yeah.
You love that casino shit.
Gold Saucer. It's
Yeah.
like, I think it's the fucking music, dude. Just like the music is this like hypnotizing. You just like want to spin Gil and play mini games. Like I don't know what it is, and I think that was always the case. And then it's also there's a version of it in Final Fantasy 14. So it's like I just spend so much time, and I have like whatever the most expensive mount is that you can buy. You can only buy it at the Gold Saucer, but like I got it at the Gold Saucer like in no time, just because I'm such like a maniac.
It's a good thing they don't have that music in real casinos, because you wouldn't get out of there.
Oh my god, dude, yeah, there's something about it. So that's going to be in there. I'm very excited about that. And to me, this is the actual Final Fantasy experience. To me, this is like the next Final Fantasy experience, not Final Fantasy 16.
Okay, I will not take your bait, but we'll see. I mean, the other thing is, hopefully, and because like you said, they have the infrastructure, you would think that the third and final game isn't too far off. Maybe a year or two from this one, I think.
Nah,
Or you think it's more
three,
or
three,
3 years?
3 to 4 years. Yeah, 3 to 4 years.
You think really? I would
Yeah.
think 2 years. I would think maybe 2026, early 2026. Yeah. All right, but we'll
Yeah.
see. We'll see. They have enough time. They really don't have anything on the horizon besides Final Fantasy 14 Dawn Trail, kind of coming straight from Square Enix, and Kingdom Hearts, whatever that will be. All right, moving on to March. Games of note that we put down: Dragon's Dogma 2, Princess Peach. I put that one. Nick was opposed, and Rise of Ronin. Obviously, there's other games, but these were the ones that caught our eye, mostly my eye. Dragon's Dogma 2. Like I said, I was playing the first one, Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen, because it was on sale for like $5, so it was easy. And it was such a great game. I think it just kind of, when it was released, I was playing something else, and I do like these type of games. And from the coverage that I've been seeing, I watched like a 27-minute video on IGN. It looked really good. The graphics look great. Obviously, the RE engine is amazing, and then the world itself is amazing. I know there's gonna be like a lot of hidden quests and stuff like that. There's certain quests that the producers were saying like some people won't even find kind of thing. So that kind of gets me more intrigued because you guys know I love to explore shit and find shit before I actually finish the game. So I'm excited for that. And I think this will be one of those time-consuming ones, but in a good way, where like I'll be putting a lot of time in it. The only drawback, which I think we've discussed, is that it's not multiplayer. You will be having the pawns, which are basically like real smart NPC characters that other people make, and you can send them to other worlds and have them help other players and stuff like that. That's the only really multiplayer aspect of it, kind of thing. But it worked really well in the first game, and I think it'll work really well in the second one. Princess Peach, I thought it was just cool because it's funny that Peach has her own game. I think it's been like 30 years since she has her own featured game, and it'll be interesting to see how well this does. Obviously, her being so prominent in the Mario movie, and anything Nintendo makes that has their flagship characters like Mario, Donkey Kong, Link, and all that stuff, like it's gonna sell. So that'll be really fun. It's probably gonna sell like 20 million copies. And then Rise of Ronin, we talked about this one, new game from Team Ninja. Super excited for this one. Give me anything that has samurais, and I will just fork over the money right away. I'm excited for it. Hopefully, it's the good side of Team Ninja. Like I said, I feel like they've kind of saturated the market with a lot of their Soulsborne and stuff like that. But if it leans more towards like Neo and Stranger of Paradise, I think I will really enjoy it. And even a hint of looks like Ghost of Tsushima. So we'll see how that goes. What about you with these three?
I think probably Dragon's Dogma is. I think I'll just kind of go ahead and plan on buying that one. I think it looks great. I dabbled with the first one. I didn't play it much. I think we might have talked about this, but I think it was for like 5 or 6 hours or something like that. I think it was a cool game. I just like got distracted, but I could see why people really like it. But really with the new one, it's just because it's like I think the trailers look incredible. So yeah, I think I'm down for that one. Rise of the Ronin is I'm more like wait and see. Just because, as you said, I feel like Team Ninja's output has been a little bit hit or miss, for me at least. And I think this is the only, for Q1 at least, this is the first Sony published game that we've mentioned.
Yeah, PlayStation exclusive. So
PlayStation exclusives are pretty. Well, I guess like there's like Final. I think they have like things that they're like claiming like Final Fantasy and all these other things. But in terms of like Sony published games, I think that's really it. And I know Stellar Blade originally wasn't a PlayStation game, but then they just kind of like bought the distribution rights to it, I guess. So that's kind of like an interesting thing as we talk about 2024 at large. It's like looking pretty slim for PlayStation.
Yeah, we've talked about this, and it'll be interesting going forward. What the next big gaming showcases, which would be, I don't know off the top of my head, because they didn't really announce anything at CES. They announced the car that you can control with the
There
PlayStation
you go.
controller. So there you go. So it'll be interesting whatever the next showcase is. I know Xbox is having one 3 days from now, on the
Yeah,
18th
they'll
or something like
probably
that.
they'll probably do some sort of state of play because they have to.
Yeah.
I don't think they can wait until summertime. Like they need to reveal what the hell is going on for the rest of the year, not halfway past halfway of the year,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
and the Last of Us Part 2 remastered cannot carry the whole thing.
Oh yeah, I already forgot. Yeah, I guess that counts. But
we
I already
both
forgot about it.
We
Yeah, I
both
already
forgot about it because I talked about it. I'm like, wait, I thought that was something.
I feel like that's bullshit. Like that's not a real game.
If you didn't play it, it's a real game. But I just
That's not a real-
remembered it. I forgot to talk about it when we talked about January. So fuck it.
I think that's appropriate.
I feel bad now.
No, that's appropriate. They don't get credit for that. I don't give them credit for remastering shit that shouldn't be remastered.
Well, you say that until you buy it and give them more money, like you usually
No, I'm
do.
not. I'm done. I'm done.
All right.
But yeah, I think going back to Rise of the Ronin. Yeah, that's a wait and see.
I'll let you
If
know
it
how
ends
it
up
is.
being good, if it ends up being good, I'll buy it. It's that easy.
I'll let you know how
And
it
Princess
is.
Peach is the same as all other
You don't give money to
Switch
Nintendo.
titles. I'm just done. I'm done with the Switch.
Too bad you can't play Golden Sun now.
I own it on Game Boy Advance. So if I really want to play it, I'll play it
You'll play it on Game Boy Advance.
on my Game Boy. Yeah. That's like I feel like I say that every Nintendo director says, "Oh, we're releasing this
Yeah.
game on," and I'm like, I played that 20 years ago. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care.
I mean, you did say you're done with Nintendo stuff until the Switch 2 comes
I
out.
told
so.
him no. I've held the line. It was Tears of the Kingdom was the last game, and I think I've maybe there was one game where I was like a little bit like, should I? But I'm holding true to my word. That's the last Nintendo Switch game I'll buy.
All right. Hopefully, maybe Nintendo releases a banger right before, because I want to see you eat your words.
No, they're just like releasing GameCube and Wii U games, so
Yeah. All right.
that's their strategy.
All right. Well, let's move on to the rest of the year. These don't have solid release dates, but something to look forward to. Down the road, when we get solid release dates and obviously they get closer to release, we'll go more in depth. But we just want to highlight some of these because we're also excited about these. We got Triple Z, Zenless Zone Zero. That one's from the guys who make Genshin Impact. Super exciting for that. We've been keeping an eye on it. We have Blue Protocol. That's an RPG as well. I'm trying to remember, but I always get this confused with Grand Blue Fantasy, so it gets stuck. We have Final Fantasy XIV Dawn Trail, which is the next expansion for Final Fantasy XIV. Hades 2, follow-up sequel to highly acclaimed Hades, just starting a different protagonist. Metaphor Refantasio. This one's made by Atlas, who make the Persona series. Looks really good. A lot of graphics in your face. Sandland, a new game based on the manga and anime by Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball. Black Myth Wukong, Soulsborne, that looks really, really good. Stellar Blade, like we talked about it, published by Sony. We'll see how that goes. And Destiny 2, The Final Shape, the long-anticipated next expansion to end the Light and Darkness saga. So for these, definitely great titles. Like we said, it's a stacked first quarter for 2024, so it's going to be really good that we also have much more better games to look forward to towards the end of the year as well, whenever they get those release dates. Honestly, with this one, like, I'm really looking forward to Destiny. You guys know I'm a big Destiny guy. So to wrap that up, I know they've had a lot of bad shit happening the last couple of times. They laid off a lot of people. The community has been, really upset because there's really no new content. This was supposed to actually release early or mid February, so now we gotta wait another 4 or 5 months before the full release. So, you know, I just did my Destiny missions and I haven't touched it, kind of thing. I'll probably get back on it when they do the end of summer stuff that they usually do. Black Myth Wukong, that one's super excited about. I love the way it looks, the characters, the myth part of it looks really amazing. And then Final Fantasy 14 Dawntrail, because I know we made an accord that we will be playing that together. But that means I got to level up my character. Harry's Hip will rise again, so we will definitely be playing that. But all of these titles definitely something to look out for. Which ones are you more excited? Well, really excited about for the end of the year, for the rest of the year, not end of the year.
Yeah, I mean it's so Q1 stacked. Rest of the year also looks stacked to me. We just don't know exactly when games are coming out. I mean, I'm planning on playing literally every game that you mentioned, with the exception of Destiny, the Destiny expansion.
Valid.
Yeah. What is the final shape? Do we know, or is it a mystery?
It's a circle.
Ooh, that's a good one to end on.
Because it comes back.
Because it comes back.
I don't know.
But yeah, I'm planning on playing all these. I don't know, like, I'm trying to think of like if there's anything, if I were to try to like rank these, but I don't know if I really can. I mean, to me, it's like the Final Fantasy 14 expansion probably has to be like number one, because Final Fantasy 14 is one of my favorite games. I loved what they did with Endwalker. So far, like, candidly, I'm like not as excited for Dawntrail as I was for Endwalker, but I'm giving the team the benefit of the doubt that it's gonna be amazing. And I think what I like about this coming out is it's a forcing function for us to play the game in Q2.
Yeah, that looks like that'll be the one to hold us.
So that you have a character that's ready to go for the expansion.
I mean, I do still gotta do the Endwalker expansion, whatever. I only did the first one. I only did A Realm Reborn. I have everything else that I didn't do.
Do you know how many hours you played? Like, rough estimate?
Probably like a good 15, maybe. But I kind of went
15,
through...
15 hours.
Yeah, is that a lot or a little?
No, so like I played... it took me like 500 hours to get through.
Oh, but that's...
Endwalker.
I feel like... Oh, okay. Well, that's different, because I think I just did the story and I was like doing it by myself. So I was like, because obviously what everybody was saying and you were saying as well, yeah, just get through the Realm Reborn thing and then it gets really, really good. So I was like,
yeah, that's true.
So I think that's, yeah.
But still, I think if you were to like...
It might be more than 15. I have to look, because I was on it for a little bit. I was leveling up. I was doing a lot of shit.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if we were able to like churn through, because I think they also streamlined it a lot so that people could get through it faster. So like I'm not surprised by how long it took you to get through A Realm Reborn. It's more about like how much more content you have to get through so that you're ready.
four expansions, maybe.
Yeah, so that you're ready for Dawntrail. So, you know, that's a Q2 as of right now looks pretty light, so I feel like that could work out pretty well.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to go back in. I mean, I spent hours trying to craft a legendary weapon that I didn't really need, but I was like, oh, legendary, cool.
Yeah, I think as soon as you told me that, I was like, stop doing that. Like all that equipment is worthless. Like, so, you know, I can show you the ropes.
Yeah, because I did.
But yeah,
I still think I didn't know. Like maybe I uncovered 5% of what I was supposed to do.
I mean, I fell into the same trap too, where you're like, oh my god, there's all this stuff, and I want to like max out everything, and then as you progress through like the expansions, like most of that stuff kind of gets like invalidated. So Um, but I think that'll be fun. I don't know, maybe just throw out there, because I have played a lot of Genshin and a lot of Honkai Star Rail, but I'm curious to see how Zenless Zone Zero stacks up.
Yeah, that'll be
Um,
a good kind of easy pickup.
yeah, well, it's free to play, so it's doesn't get any easier than that. Blue Protocol, I think, is also free to play, so that's like the
That's it's like an MMO,
MMO.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's an MMO. So, a lot of anime. Like, I'm realizing how anime I am this year.
That's not a bad thing.
It's a lot. Yeah. No, I'm not mad about it, but I'm just basically every game I've talked about is
Yeah,
most of the games I've talked about are like it's very anime heavy. So
Metaphor
uh,
Fantasio as well.
yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
2024, the year of
Sandland.
anime. Yeah, Sandland as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
very interesting games to look forward to.
So yeah, I think it's going to be another great year. I don't know if it's. What do you think? Better than 2023? Is that even possible?
Not yet, because obviously it's early, and something might come down the pipeline that'll surprise us, like Alan Wake or whatever.
I knew you were going to say Alan Wake, and I'm
Well, you gotta
I'm
let me finish.
I'm upset. I'm upset.
Also, Armored Core, Fires of Rubicon, because that one wasn't on anybody's radar, kind of thing.
That was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, so like it's early, so there might be something that gets announced in the next couple of months to be released at the end of the year, kind of thing. Hi-Fi Rush, I can also recall where it was something good to have at the beginning, so could still be surprised. I still think last year was, in terms of everything that's been kind of announced that will be released this year compared to last year, I think last year is still stronger, but we'll have to see. But like just at least for the first 3 months, it's looking good for me.
Yeah. And I think I can't remember if you noted this, but this isn't an exhaustive, like everything we've talked about is by no means an exhaustive list of every game coming out. It was just games that we're particularly interested in.
Yeah.
Um, as we were like earlier talking about PlayStation and kind of how it looks pretty thin. I mean, there's zero Xbox games that's on our list. I think Hellblade 2
Yeah,
is
but they
supposed
don't
to
even
come
have
out.
they don't even have I think it's the end of the year for that because I didn't see it early. Yeah,
Like what else do they have? Like what?
nothing.
It's
I mean, honestly, Xbox and PlayStation don't have anything. It's just that Xbox has the promise of things, and like I was saying, they have that showcase in 3 days. So next week's episode we'll probably talk more about that showcase that they do, much like they had it early last year.
I thought that's a partner showcase, though, right?
No, it's like a Xbox first party kind of thing. Like I'm pretty sure they'll show other partner games, but they're gonna
Okay.
show like a Indiana Jones game being made by I think
Oh my
Obsidian or something like that.
god. No, it's Bethesda.
And the Uncharted
It's
vibes. I'm down
Bethesda.
for that. Oh, yeah, I forgot you
No.
hate the climbing.
No, it's fucking climbing and it's Bethesda and you're gonna be like looting onions from crates. Like it's just like
Running away from snakes.
get like it's just gonna be it.
We'll see. We'll see. That you're already dampening the mood about it. It's the first showcase of the year. It's gonna be Xbox. We're gonna check it out, and we'll have our
Okay.
thoughts for next week's episode.
I'm more interested in, does Nintendo release Switch 2? Or like we have to at least learn a lot about it this year.
Yeah, but
Like at the end
they.
of the year. At the end of
Oh
the
yeah,
year,
yeah.
but
But
so at a minimum we learn quite a bit. I doubt it releases, but maybe they.
I think it will release, but at the end of the year,
You
and
think so?
then
Okay.
it probably won't be announced until the summer though. Like they don't give a shit what you want.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see how many like GameCube games they've made for launch. Like, oh yeah, we got all these GameCube games.
You're still gonna buy it.
That's what everyone wants. No, I don't. I own it on GameCube. Like, I'm not buying those games. So, hopefully, it's 3D Mario. Just give me 3D Mario and Metroid, and I'll stop bitching about Nintendo for 2 years.
If there's anything we can say is
They'll,
that
they'll get a 2 year. They'll get a 2 year pass out of me.
if there's anything that we can say is that Nintendo delivers at least at launch consoles. Like I feel like they've always had a solid lineup, or at least one of their major franchises, whether it's Mario or Zelda or Metroid or something like. Release the console, release one good game for it, and that's it, and people will be happy. All right, so that does it for our kind of first quarter of 2024, and as well the rest of the year games that we were looking forward to. Let us know your thoughts. Whatever, if there's anything that we didn't mention that you're looking forward to for the rest of the year, just go to our website and to get the link to our Discord channel and let us know. Give us a little shout out.
Are we going to Gyukaku for the Infinite Wealth launch?
Oh, I'm down.
Yeah, because my thing is I like to go into the city, into Manhattan, and like buy it's like it's stupid, but like buy big games or whatever, and I make like an event out of it. So I think the next, unless we do something like that, the next one for me is going to be Final Fantasy VII. So I'll get a physical copy for PS5 somewhere, and then I go to Katsuhama.
I'm down. We could make some.
For Katsukuri.
We could make some content for our social media that we have no content for.
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah. It's the 26th, right? It's a Friday.
For Final Fantasy VII?
No, for Infinite Wealth.
Oh, Infinite. Oh, sorry. Well, no, I'm saying Final Fantasy VII will be Katsuhama. Infinite Wealth will be Gyukaku, and we just got to figure out which location. But
yeah, I'm done.
Probably the one in. I think there's one in. Where is that? Like Flatiron? I think it's like Flatiron area.
I don't know. You know the places. I just show up.
I think there's one upper. Yeah. We'll figure it out. There's a couple of locations. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. All right. I'm done.
But the importance of it is that that restaurant franchise is featured in the Like a Dragon series. So, and there's a few locations in New York. So,
maybe they'll have a collaboration or something. Who knows?
Yeah. Maybe in Japan, but not in. I doubt the New York ones.
All right. So yeah, let us know what you guys think. Go to our website, pressingbuttons.gg, and let us know which games you guys are looking forward to, and if we missed any ones that you're really hyped about. We're gonna move on to some closing thoughts. I have some. Nick will not have a lot because he had 2 dogs this week, so he was busy with the dogs
And a baby.
2 dogs and a baby. That's a new movie coming out. I just played more Monster Hunter Rise. I finished the main story for Rise, and then I'm about to start off on the expansion Sunbreak. Obviously, with Monster Hunter, when you finish like the story, it's just the beginning of it kind of thing. So really excited to continue and get better armor sets and see more monsters. So super excited for that. Really enjoying the game. Like I said last week, I kind of held off on it because I was like, it's just a lower quality version of World, but I'm enjoying the heck out of it. I don't know why it took me so long to play it.
It's a version that they created for the Nintendo Switch,
but it still looks good on PC, and it works real great.
So that's why that's why I think it's lower quality, because they designed it for the Switch.
Yeah, you're right.
And then later
they ported it over.
Tried to fix it for the PC.
It's still good though. Monster Hunter, still good. Okay. Then you have Prince of Persia: Lost Crown. Like I said, I played the demo. I pre-ordered it, so I should have access to be able to play the full game now, a couple days early, which I'll be getting into. I enjoy the heck out of it. If you are able to, it's free. It's a demo. Play it, check it out. I'm pretty sure you guys will enjoy it. Really, really fun. And then as far as TVs and movies, I watched The Holdovers. It's a movie. Paul Giamatti starts in it. Not like anything superhero or anything like that, but I like Paul Giamatti. He's a great actor. A really, really good movie. It's comedy, but it's a dramedy kind of thing. Check it out if you haven't. It's a good Christmas movie too. I think because it's set during Christmas time. So yeah, that's me. Kind of not too much. Just waiting for Infinite Wealth and Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League. What about you? Tell us your quest to deliver a dog.
You already spoiled it. Yeah. So
the story. How do I spoil that? That's just like I just said. Tell us your quest.
You just love spoilers. No, you already spoiled. You said something about two dogs and a baby. I don't know. It's fine. I'll just do the whole spiel. So going back to one of our earlier episodes, Pets Are Pressing Buttons. In that episode, my dog is featured. His name is Boba. He's a huge Bernedoodle.
One of the best guys. Love Bobo.
He's a good boy. And my parents are obsessed with him. They've been talking about getting a dog for a while. And then what happened was nearby, like near where we live, there was a family that needed to rehome their dog, which is a miniature Bernedoodle. So we like basically like adopted this dog with the idea of that becoming my parents' dog. But it was a bit of a process because my parents live in Missouri and the dog is in Long Island. So we had to pick up the dog in Long Island. We kept the dog for about a week just for like logistics purposes. And then during that week, we were trying to like train it and have him hang out with our dog Boba. And then after that week, I then drove, I met my parents halfway and, so I was on the road for like 16 hours of driving in like a 48-hour period. So it was a lot of driving. That's why we ended up recording today as opposed to Sunday, because I got back Sunday late and was like absolutely exhausted from driving so much. But the reason I didn't really play any games is because managing a puppy it's the new dog is about 8 months old, so still very much like in puppy mode, and managing a puppy is a lot, dude. So it's like managing a puppy on top of my dog and then also a newborn, a 4-month-old baby. So
And they're not small dogs. Even though he's a puppy, he's not.
He's a
small.
puppy. He's about 30 pounds.
But they're huge. Bernedoodles are huge.
Yeah. So he's just got like a ton of energy, and so it was just like a lot just to like always be watching everything at all times. So yeah, so because of that, and maybe that was a long-winded story, but because of that, I basically didn't play any games other than game night, where I think we just played like Rocket League and
Fortnite, I think.
Maybe a little Fortnite, yeah. So that's pretty much it. So that's my week. And then I think before that, I was the week before that, I was like, I had the flu.
Oh yeah.
Right. So it's like it's been pretty grim from a playing games perspective. So I should be able to pick it up. Probably not tonight, but tomorrow I should be back to actually playing something. Probably the Prince of Persia demo, and maybe a little bit more Honkai Star Rail, because I was playing that quite a bit before I got sick. And that's probably it. And I'll probably just ride that out until Infinite Wealth.
It's a little bit of the calm before the storm, literally and figuratively, because I think there's a storm coming. Yeah, so.
That's true.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. That was our little preview of the first quarter of 2024. Like I said, let us know what you guys are looking forward to this year. And thanks for joining us. For those that joined us on the live stream, welcome. We are looking to do this every time. It won't be on any specific time. We'll just send a message out on our Discord whenever we're about to start, because we usually do a little pre-production talk, and those vary by time, and then we start recording kind of thing. But we just kind of want to give you guys more insight into us recording and how we do it, and then release the episode the next day. So thanks for joining us. And obviously, if you can't catch the live stream, you can always catch it on YouTube the next day, and you can also catch it wherever we host our podcast. And that's it. All right. Thanks, guys. See you later. I'm Hugo. Bye.
I'm Nick. Later.